Hi everyone, Professor Duncan here. I'm going to demonstrate a quick example about loans and interest rates. So it's so important to know a little bit about loans and interest rates to make really wise financial decisions for your future because interest rates can have a big impact on our finances. So first of all, let's just look at an example of a loan for a home. Now, most home loans are about 30 years, and an average price of a home maybe is around $250,000 right now. And interest rates currently, as of this video, are around 4%. So let's look at what our monthly payment is actually doing behind the scenes. Because you and I would see the exact same home payment, but the same thing is not happening every single month. So let's take a look at the details. Now on the screen, I've shown an example of a mortgage calculator. You can go and search for a mortgage calculator that's free on the internet. This is just one that I found that I like because it also allows me to see what will happen if I make an additional $100 payment every month. Maybe I don't eat out as much, and so I've got a little extra money to set aside. What could happen with the power of that extra $100? So first of all, let's just look at our loan before we make any extra payments. So if I take a loan, current amount of about $200,000, most home loans are 30 years or 360 months and a 4% interest rate. Let's hit this calculate button and see what my monthly payment would be. All right, so right here, I've got my original loan amount of $250,000. My interest rate is shown. That's the annual rate. But remember, behind the scenes, that interest rate is actually divided by 12, and it's a monthly interest rate of around 1/3%. My monthly payment is just a little under $1,200 a month. And over the lifetime of my loan for that 30 years, I'm going to pay almost as much in interest for my loan as I do for the $250,000. You can see I pay almost $180,000 over 30 years in interest. So this graph on the side kind of gives me a payment breakdown. So each month, remember, I'm making just a little under $1,200 of a payment. So right here, my first payment, you can see my principal amount, the amount that goes to repay down the balance of my loan, is $360, and my interest is over $800. So I'm paying over $800 in interest and only about $350 or so to pay down the value of my loan. That's my first payment. Now, this is so that the bank makes their money back fast. So over the lifetime of my loan, my payment will stay the exact same, but my interest, shown in yellow, will decrease, and my principal amount will finally surpass the value of my interest after about 13 years. About halfway through my loan, I finally start to get more in principal than my interest payment. So my total payment, again, is staying the exact same, but the part that goes to principal and the part that goes to interest is changing. So finally, towards the end of my loan, you can see that my interest has really decreased and my principal amount has really increased. So again, my monthly payment is staying the same, but behind the scenes, what's going on is really, really different. All right, so let's see what would happen to my loan if I make some extra payments. So let's say that I'm going to try really hard to save extra money and make an additional $100 payment every single month. What would happen to my loan overall? Everything else is staying the same. I've hit my calculate button. Look right here. I would have saved about $27,000 in interest with that extra $100, and I would pay my loan off 50 months ahead of time. 50 months, that's quite a long time, right? That's like 4.5 years. I'd pay my loan off 4.5 years earlier. So by a little extra $100 a month, which I know can sound a lot, but even if it changes to 50, this would still save me quite a lot of money. So let's see, if I changed it to $50 or a month, calculate that, it would save me an extra $15,000 over the life of my loan and about pay it off about 2 years early. So these are just things we should know about, and you can play around with a mortgage calculator like this when you're making a big financial decision for your household, and just be well informed that a little extra money can go a long way.